She was just walking home, a lone 16-year-old. Aaliyah gripped her walking stick tight, her left leg dragged slightly with every step. The afternoon. Sun baked the cracked sidewalk of Oak Ridge Lane. Cicadas screamed in the trees, air thick with heat and dust. 3. Boys from her neighborhood blocked her path, smirks carved into their faces. One snatched her stick without warning. She stumbled forward, hands flailing, heart hammering against her. "Ribs, look at her try to walk," jeered Mateo, twirling the stick like a baton. Laughter echoed off brick walls. Aaliyah's cheeks burned, not from shame, from fury she could not voice. Then, a deep, rolling thunder, not from clouds, from engines. 4. Motorcycles rounded the bend, black, gleaming, roaring, like lions, Hell's Angels patches. Stitched with fire and wings, the boys froze. Mateo dropped the stick. It clattered on the pavement. The lead biker cut his engine. Silence fell like a blade. He stepped down, 6'4", beard, streaked with gray, eyes that had seen war. But he did not. "Speak to the boys." He walked straight to Aaliyah, picked up her stick, held it. "Out, your strength is not in this," he said, voice gravel soft. "It is in you." Behind him, 2 girls sprinted up, Zara, her best friend since 3rd grade, and Nia, new to the block but fierce as lightning. They wrapped arms around Aaliyah like armor. The bikers formed a wall between her and the bullies. No threats, no violence, just presence. Unshakable. Mateo mumbled something, turned, ran. His friends scrambled after him. The lead biker gave Aaliyah one last look, then mounted his bike. As the engines roared back to life, Aaliyah stood taller, stick in hand, friends at her side, and for the first time in years, she felt seen, not as the girl who limped, but as the girl who stood. The next Tuesday, Aaliyah waited at the corner, not out of fear, but hope. She wore her oldest sneakers. Her walking stick leaned against her backpack. Zara stood beside her, chewing gum like armor. Nia scrolled on her phone, but her eyes kept darting down the street. Then, the rumble returned. Not 4 bikes this time, just one, the lead biker. He stopped, smooth, killed the engine, took off his helmet. His name was Elias. She learned that later. "You came back," Aaliyah said. "You stood," he replied. "That means something." He did not offer empty praise. Instead, he walked her through balance drills, taught her how to shift weight, how to use her stick not just to walk, but to defend. "Your leg does not define your power," he said, voice low. "Your mind does." Week after week, he returned, rain or shine, never late, never loud. One afternoon, as Aaliyah practiced a pivot turn, Elias sat on the curb, quiet, staring at the sky. "My daughter," he began, voice rough, "was 16 too. She wore braces just like yours." A pause, long, heavy. "A drunk driver took her 3 years. Ago." Aaliyah stopped moving. Her breath caught. "I stopped riding for months," he said. "Then I saw you, alone, fighting, just to walk home." He looked at her, really looked, and I remembered. Courage does not need perfect legs. It needs a willing heart. Tears welled in Aaliyah's eyes, but she did not look away. From that day, their sessions changed. Not just training, talking, laughing. He brought her old photos of his daughter, Lena, smiling on a scooter. Graduation cap crooked, arms wide like she owned the sky. Aaliyah started walking taller, not because her leg healed, but because she knew someone saw her worth. Then came the day Mateo and his friends tried, again, this time near the bus. "Stop, still playing hero with your biker daddy," he sneered. Aaliyah did not flinch. She planted her stick, shifted her stance, just like Elias taught her, and spoke. Calm and clear. "I do not need a hero, I am my own." Before Mateo could reply, 2 bikes appeared, not Hell's Angels, Zara and Naya, on borrowed scooters from their older brothers, grinning like warriors. Mateo backed off. For good. That evening, Elias handed Aliyah a small leather pouch. Inside, a silver whistle. For emergencies, he said. But I doubt you'll need it. She hugged him, tight. He stiffened at first, then hugged back. Now, every Tuesday you'll find them at the corner. Not just teacher and student, but family. And sometimes, when the sun dips low, Aliyah swears she sees a girl with braces riding on the back of Elias's bike, smiling, free. 3 months later, Aliyah stood at the front of Oak Ridge High's auditorium, not as a victim, as a founder. A banner hung behind her. Stronger steps, disability, pride, and peer. Support. 20 students sat in the front row, some in wheelchairs, some with hearing aids. One boy tapped his cane nervously against the floor. Elias stood in the back, leather vest, arms crossed, watching. Aliyah took a breath. Her voice did not shake. I used to think. My leg made me weak, she said. But weakness is silence. Strength is showing up. Even when you're scared, the room fell still. Even the AC hummed quieter. Then, the doors creaked open. Mateo walked in. Not smirking, not hiding. He held the hand of a small girl, his sister, Lena, her tiny legs wrapped in bright pink braces. Aliyah's heart pounded, but she nodded. Welcome, she said. Mateo cleared his throat. I want to help, he mumbled. My sister starts school next month. I don't want her to feel alone. Zara jumped up. Then join the team, she said, tossing him a neon vest. Safety patrol starts Monday, Nia added. And you're on bike check duty. No more stolen sticks on our watch. A ripple of laughter spread. Even Elias smiled, just a little. That week, Elias rolled up to school with a trailer. Not full of bikes, but helmets, knee pads, reflective vests, all donated, all labeled. Stronger steps, ride with respect. He worked with the auto shop teacher, taught students how to secure mobility devices on bike racks, how to spot hazards on sidewalks, how to stand your ground without throwing a punch. Lena became the group's youngest member. She called Aliyah Captain, brave, and every Tuesday, she waited with Aliyah at the corner for Elias. One evening, as the sun painted the sky gold, Elias handed Aliyah a folded paper. It was a letter from the city council. They approved funding for a new accessible path from school to the bus stop, named the Lena Aliyah Way. Aliyah looked at him, eyes shining. You didn't have to do that. I didn't, he said softly. You did. Now, when kids walk that path, they see benches with smooth edges, ramps without cracks, and a small bronze plaque built by those who refuse to be invisible. The bullies? Mateo now walks Lena to class every morning. He even helped design a backpack that holds her crutches. And Aliyah, she still uses her stick, but she no longer leans on it for courage, because courage rides in on a motorcycle, shows up in a little sister's smile, and grows. One honest step at a time. 1 year after that first Tuesday, Aliyah stood at the edge of the new community park. The sun was warm, birds sang in the newly planted oaks at the center of the path, a bronze statue, not of a hero, not of a warrior, just a girl, walking with a stick, head high, 1 foot slightly. Turned, but her eyes looked straight ahead. Beneath it, words were carved. Strength is not the absence of struggle. It is the choice to keep going. Elias stood beside her, no longer just a biker, now a mentor, a friend, almost family. Zara and Nia arrived, arms full of cupcakes, stronger steps written in blue icing. Lena ran up, braces clicking softly on the pavement. She tugged Aliyah's sleeve. Captain Brave, she whispered. Will you teach me how to ride a bike with training wheels? Aliyah knelt, not because her leg hurt, but to meet Lena's eyes. Yes, she said, and Elias will make. Sure it's safe, the old biker gave a slow nod, then reached into his saddlebag. He pulled out a tiny helmet. Pink, with silver wings, the group gathered. Under the trees, no speeches, no cameras, just laughter, shared silence, and the quiet hum of belonging. Later, as dusk settled, Aliyah walked home alone, but not lonely. Her stick tapped the smooth path, each step sure, each breath full. She passed the spot where she once fell, now marked by a small garden, purple. Cone flowers, Lena's favorite. Aliyah paused, closed her eyes, felt the wind brush her cheek, like a hand, like a promise, she whispered. Thank you, and kept walking, not away from pain, but toward peace.